twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've missed it. You dropped out the race, and as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way.
Welcome back to Marbella Now, and not just any Marbella Now. This is our 100th program. 2 years bringing you the behind the scenes of who's who here in the Costa del Sol, in our very magical city of Marbella. Today we're recording our program from a very special place as well. It's called Casa Club. It's a private club here in Marbella, and it's the affiliate of a very private, nice club in Madrid as well. Before they close their doors to the public, I thought it'd be nice for us to take a look inside and have a very extra special 100th program.
Eyes wide, you know it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
Meehan, president and founder of Costa Women, is with us on this very special program because it's people like Ali Meehan who've helped us get to 100 programs. I am truly the living experience of what it is to be able to count on an association like Costa Women that costs no money whatsoever. You sign up for free and get 5,000 women rallying around you to help you. You must feel very proud that, Ali, first of all, welcome back to the programme.
Thank you, Nicole. I feel very proud of what you've achieved.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because it's fantastic to have members that achieve things, and, you know, it's great to see the movement of women, you know, from starting small and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and now look what you've done.
Ah, well, thank
fantastic.
you. And the funny thing is, it's really actually not funny, it's kind of sad. Costa Women is one of the few associations that actually promotes the people out and want you to make contacts, want you to be successful. When Marina Nietzak was a Costa woman, she decided to start Lux Marbella, and you were right there in the opening event, getting all the Costa women rallying round. And I think that really is one of your very unique and special things about Costa Women, is that you truly are there to promote everybody. How do you do it? Good question, huh?
It's fun. Actually, it is fun. I mean, for instance, this week is Global Entrepreneurs Week, and we've got some videos from some of the members talking about business tips, and it's all about collaboration. I remember when I first started working, you worked with a salesman who had a book. Do you remember those days? And you weren't allowed to look in the book, and if ever he lost the book, it was like a nightmare, because he would never share. Then it was very much knowledge is power, and I'm not going to share my knowledge with you. Whereas now, for me, it's very important that we share the knowledge. You know, we're all women, we're all facing the same challenges, whatever country we've come from. We've moved to a different country or a different part of the country, like you've moved down from Madrid, and it's really important for women to collaborate, get together, connect, support each other. It's what it's all about.
We have typically women are famed for not getting on well together or supporting each other. So you've actually defied nature, in a sense, to have now some 5,000 women who really are all, obviously a lot of them are pushing what they're doing, but everything seems to complement itself so well.
Yeah.
How do you think that comes about?
Well, I like to suggest to women that even if they've got the same product, where somebody else is selling the same product as them, that it's important to work together, because our personalities come over in whatever we do. So it's really important. We're all unique women. We all want to do something in a unique way. So there isn't really any competition. You can all work together for an end goal, which is to be successful. I think, you know, that's very important. This week we're actually up in Madrid, and I'm so sad you're not going to be there.
I know, I was planning on going to Madrid, but it doesn't actually fit for this week.
To do an event we've got 9 women's networking groups in Madrid all together to collaborate. Because I don't want us to be, oh, you know, there's competition arrived. I want it to be Costa women are here and they want to support what we're doing, and we'll support what they're doing.
All of
For me,
this
that's
originated
really
right here in Marbella.
It
So
is.
although you now got this national reach,
Yeah.
it all started right here.
It did. It started on my kitchen table in Los Beliches, and now we're right over the whole of Spain. And I'm seeing a lot of women that are joining, that are thinking about moving to Spain now too. So in spite of or because of Brexit, they're still coming. So that's good news.
It is. I was going to say, I wonder, because you've got a big English, you've got a lot of nationalities. How
Yeah,
many?
We've got 59 different nationalities
But
now.
the majority would be English?
Well, the website's mainly in English, although we have got groups in different languages. So we've got a group in Spanish and Russian and Finnish, but the main language on the website is English. Yeah. But yeah, the English women are still coming because it's, you know, they didn't live here before Brexit happened, so they don't know what it was like. So for them, it's, you know,
There's
whole
no
new-
difference.
No, there's no difference. So it's, you know, exciting times we live in.
Yeah, and events coming up now to the end of the year. There's special Christmas things coming
We
up
have.
for the ladies.
We've got a lot of Christmas lunches coming up. We've got some networking events too, and all the events are free to come along to. You just pay for your food or you know what you're drinking. We've got an event tonight. Yeah, there's a lot happening between now and the end of the year. We've got a great event in LEGs, which is Marbella and the West of Marbella group getting together. And then we've got a lunch in El Corte Inglés in Meehan too.
So you really do, you like in each area, apart from this online, because the web is very interactive.
Yeah.
So not only do you have this physical meetup, which is very unusual for an online club, but you actually do have a very interactive website where if you want something, you're looking for something, you're offering something, you are allowed to actually go in.
Absolutely.
And explain a little bit the function of the web.
So when you go on to, it's costawomen.com, completely free to join, as Nicole said, and you can join. You can create groups. You can put your own events up there. So if you've got an event that you want to promote and share, you can put that up there, and it goes into a weekly newsletter that the women get. You can put classifieds. We've got some active job pages. So if you're looking for jobs or you've got a job you want to share, I hear back from people that post jobs that it's a good place to put adverts for work because they get some good candidates for it. So that's good.
Also for volunteers and things, sometimes I needed help and I've just put a little post in there and immediately you get people coming back, which is really it shows that it's like actually a used site.
Yes,
there are people there waiting and looking and taking part.
And then over the whole of Spain we've got 17 different meetups, so they're, you know, not just here on the Costa del Sol, although it's obviously the home where we started. We've got meetups all over Alicante now and Almeria. Almeria now has got 3 different local meetups, so it's great.
Wonderful. And if you are travelling around and you're going from one area to other and you're maybe going on business or you're going on your own, on the website it shows where everyone's from, so you can always contact and say, hey, I'm going to be in your area and want to meet up for a coffee. So that's lovely too. Ali, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and well done again, Nicole.
Thank you. To you too. Yes, women unite. You men aren't bad either, it's okay.
A very, very good evening to you, and we're miles away once again from Brexit and the political situations of various countries, and back down to earth with a question this week from Cliff, who wanted to know how he opens a residence bank account in Spain. Well, Cliff, it's pretty simple, and I'm going to explain to you how to do it in hopefully the next 4.5 minutes or so. The first thing you're going to need in order to open a residence bank account is to have some kind of paper that shows that you are a resident in Spain. Normally for us foreigners this is called an NIE, and you can obtain one from your local foreigners department at the police station. So find your local police station. Normally you're looking for the comisaria, and in that you will find a foreigners department where you can go in with a copy of your passport with €10.95 to pay for the document, and you go and stand in the queue. And as I've explained before, you may be asked to pop around the corner to the bank, pay some money over, provide your identification, and about a week later you'll be invited back to collect your NIE. This document is absolutely vital for all of us foreigners because it's the number that identifies you here in Spain. It's a bit like a national insurance number back in the United Kingdom. So your NIE is useful for, as I say, a plethora of different things, and not least getting yourself a bank account. Once you've got that, you need to go down to your local bank with 2 copies of your passport. The best thing to do is get organised before you go. Photocopy your passport, photocopy your NIE, and take any other documents that show where you live, and of course the padron with you, just to show that that's your proof of address. Once you're in there, you can talk to the bank about the best setup for you. Now remember, you can give your address in the United Kingdom if you're moving around in Spain, especially if you've got an NIE but you just moved here. You might be moving from different places until you find the right one. So you can give your home address to the bank, but you've still got the NIE, so you are still a Spanish resident. What will happen next is you will sign a few documents with the bank just to say, number one, you are who you are. You'll be expected to transfer some money through into the account, so obviously it is in credit. And with most bank accounts here in Spain, especially if you're a resident, you'll be asked to make a deposit at least once a month. If you're working, this is great. This means that you just ask for your salary to be paid into that bank account. If you're not working and you're perhaps transferring your pension over or this kind of thing, you may have to go through a few money laundering or world checks, as they're called in this day and age, especially if you're transferring high volume of money over every month. But once you've got that all fixed, then your bank account will be up and running. You can ask for a card, a tarjeta, you will get all your online login details, and actually it's very, very simple. A lot of the time we see people going to lawyers or gestores to get this bank account open, but if you've got your NIE, or even if you haven't, you're talking about 3 or 4 hours worth of work to get this thing sorted. So it is very easy on your own, and the good thing about it is it's a bit of a practical Spanish lesson as well. You know, you can go on Google Translate, look up the words you're going to need to ask for these various things. A lot of people in the bank speak English, but they won't be offended if you've made the effort to speak Spanish. So, in brief, open a bank account. Go to the local comisaría, the Departamento de Extranjeros. It's often translated as the Aliens Department, but of course ET isn't in the queue there. Make sure you go with the right paperwork, 2 copies of your passport, some money to pay them. You collect your NIE, go to the bank, speak to them, sign a few documents, take the photocopies of your passport as I suggested, and there you are, Spanish residence bank account. That's it for this week. Take care, have a cracking weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
And one of our very extra special surprises to celebrate this 100th programme, none other than, ta-da, Roz James.
Drum roll.
How lovely to see you.
Nice to be back. Nice to be back. Nice to be back.
We've been well missed. As you will remember, if you're a regular viewer of the programme, Roz every week has been joining us from the very beginning, giving us the updates of what's going on in Marbella and about the city and different walks to do and the shops and the restaurants. Marbella Azul has taken off tremendously. You are busier than ever.
Absolutely. I was saying to my husband, he's created a monster here, you know. But
you mean the website, not you?
No, yes. No, not me, of course not. No. But yes, it's been great fun. It's developed differently this year, but I think things have to, because I think they have to change and they have to grow in a way, don't they?
It was wonderful. I watched you were hanging out with Maria Bravo there. I mean, you've really had a glitzy
Ronan Keating and James Nesbitt, who I actually adored. He had me in absolute fits. He was great. And Alicia Dixon, and yes, it's been quite good fun, really.
And I've seen her quite a few times. The Ballbook does a lot of things also for charity events, and it looked like they had a great Hollywood night.
I tell you, I've been to a number of them there because they're very local to us anyway, but that one had to be one of the best. It was a fantastic night. They had great support from an events company that had decorated the boardwalk out, so made it look absolutely wonderful. But they had a Michael Jackson tribute, a guy not singing but doing all the moves and everything, which was fun. And the tribute artists, you know, we all say no disrespect to any tribute artists, but we've seen a lot of them here and there are a lot of them about. Every single tribute artist, right down to Elvis Presley, was unbelievable. Absolutely
Yeah, I could see
unbelievable.
it's the nice
We
thing
had
of
a
Facebook is that because
fabulous
you could just
evening.
see the joy. So it's lovely that you've had a lot of fun. But I think it'd be
We
nice.
raised great money.
Yes.
Great money for it. Just under 6,000, I think.
Wow.
On that one evening.
Wow. And that's exactly what you can do. The charity events here. A lot of people say, "Oh, charity and spending money and going out to dinner," but it's not that way. You get money that you wouldn't in other ways. Roz, tell us a bit about the changes. The website's grown enormously. What kind of things should people go to Marbella Azul to check out?
Well, we work with a lot of people now on what we call, we have a heading just called press releases. And really this is information. It could be opening of a new restaurant or a new business, but it could also be information that somebody like Specsavers is doing something specifically for diabetes, World Diabetes Day or something like that. We've got some information on there about a new Malaga band that has come out, Tarifa Plana, that is now going into a new reality show and is going to go all the way across America and is already topping the charts and
So all
everything
this
else.
plus the normal
So all this is
directory
all-
aspect.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, the directory has grown hugely, obviously, as it must. There are loads of businesses and services
How do you keep up with all those events? I mean, there are so many things going on.
The events calendar obviously is busy. I really did think that I'd forgotten what November was like, and I thought that it would drop down again, but it hasn't. There are still so many things on there, and I mean, we have things going on obviously all the way through. You know, we put things on now in January that are going through because we can, but and also the interviews are fun as well. You know, we recently did one with Sandra Morelli from Villa Tiberia and all that, and they're interesting interviews. They're not promoting the restaurant, they're talking about
Sharing
the
their
person.
story.
Exactly, sharing the person, just finding a little bit more about the characters of Marbella, of which we have plenty.
And do you still
luckily.
cover all the typical Spanish events that go on with the town hall?
Absolutely, they're all on there. The events calendar is in both English and Spanish, and so we cover events that are not just for English speaking, but for the Spanish as well.
Well,
And all
what
of
more
them.
could you want? Somebody who lives in the heart of Marbella, is at the heart of Marbella. And Roz, thank you so much, because
No,
getting the
delighted
Hun
to be
programme
here.
is not an easy thing to do.
Absolutely not. Congratulations, well done
Thank
you.
you. And having people like Roz next to you makes a big difference. Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day.
Hiya, it's Colin Turner here again, reporting from MarbellaNOW. As I said to you, we're building up to the summit in April of the United Nationalities of MarbellaNOW. And so I'm hoping to give you a few more pointers about building communities and creating stronger communities and creating better lives for people. This is really what I want to talk about over the next couple of weeks. So this week I want to talk a little bit about politics, because it's something that's very prominent at the moment. We saw that Donald Trump got elected, and we see protests in America about that. A lot of people are talking about that. A lot of people have an opinion about that. Also, here in Spain, we had a problem where we had no government effectively for about 9 months, and a lot of people had an opinion about that. And I remember a few years ago in Belgium, there was like no government in there for something like 18 months. But the important thing is that really almost nothing changes or changed in that situation where the government didn't exist, or where somebody got into power that people didn't particularly like. Obviously Barack Obama is somebody who really got in on a wave of people talking about change, but almost not very much change there. So my point is, are we maybe putting too much emphasis on politics as a way of actually organizing society and solving problems? Are we maybe over-exaggerating the idea of politics that maybe is kind of coming through a little bit of media hype, where we're talking about this party versus this party, and there's kind of a contest going on, but really on the ground with normal people like you and me, it's very little actually changes. Pretty much life pretty much goes on as before. So my point is that if we're always looking to politicians or politics or bigger institutions to solve our problems for us, then are we not like disempowering ourselves? Are we not denying ourselves the power or the right to actually solve those problems for ourselves? So in a way, when if we're complaining about politicians who are not doing their job for us, really we should be looking to ourselves to say that we are actually the ones who are not doing the jobs for ourselves, and we're looking for someone to blame about that. So I mean, all the problems that we all face daily, like whether it's something in your community, whether like a road needs fixing, or if a broken pipe, or like the trees need cutting, all these are problems within our own area, our own community, our own personal lives. And if we're always pushing out to other people to start solving those problems for us, then aren't we taking the power away from ourselves to actually solve those things for ourselves? So briefly, the whole idea is if we empower ourselves to solve the problems that we see in our own lives, then we automatically are bringing in greater community involvement. We're fixing our problems ourselves. We're becoming empowered by that. We get other people involved in our community to help fix the problems, rather than actually looking to a third party to do that for us. And in doing so, that we're actually creating tighter knit communities and more stronger relationships with people. And this, in the long run, is going to create better lives. It's going to create better communities and better lives. So overall, my point is that let's stop looking to outside parties, outside agencies to solve our problems for us. Let's take responsibility back for ourselves, for our own lives and our own problems.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day.
Communication is everything. In fact, that's why we started Marbella Now. Well, this is our 100th programme, but the whole idea behind it was how can we better connect 127 different nationalities living in our 27 kilometres of coastline. Well, we're doing very well. We're 2 years into the project and have come up with another idea, thanks to Rowan of Laude San Pedro. This young lady learnt how to do sign language thanks to a friend of hers who needed that form of communication, and we've decided to include it in our programme every week with a competition. Now, the first prize we're going to give is thanks to Surian, who gives performance classes in an evening at Laude School, where you can learn live performance, get live experience, recording, all kinds of aspects to music, songwriting. So if you're that way inclined, that's a great little prize for you there. We will be getting more. What do you have to do? Well, watch the next video with Rowan and see if you know what she's saying. If you don't, see if you can find out before next week. Send us the answer to MarbellaRTVM@gmail.com and win yourself a prize and learn another language. Which language? Well, this one.
Hello, I'm Rowan Litchfield from Laude San Pedro. Today's sign is
This beautiful flower, so many different colours in just one flower, is a gift from our love Noel Bohorquez, who's popped into the programme just to say hello. You might have noticed we put up Noel's golden milk recipe for the cold months, although it's a beautiful day today.
Cold months. I mean, it's not happening yet, but it'll happen soon.
It will happen, it will happen. And also happening on the 11th of December is the Virginia Christmas market.
That's right. We're going to have the market all throughout the streets, you know, and everything. If it rains, it'll move to the 18th, but the 11th is the date we've set.
Okay, so the 11th of December, the Virginia market is really very emblematic of Marbella. It's an area that we don't really go to. It's like a little village within a village.
That's right. I mean, it was a little community that was built by artists and architects and people who were kind of like-minded. It was actually quite a hippie commune originally. And now it's kind of all people, international people, half Spanish and half international living there.
And very convenient situated, Virginia, so very easy to park. You'll get a lot of great presents for Christmas, and you'll obviously have one of your little stands there, your Love Noel stands.
Yes, I will do, and there'll be wonderful food, and we have the traditional choir that's coming, singing the Villancicos, walking up and down the street.
Villancicos are Christmas carols?
Yes, Christmas carols. So, I mean, it should be a really nice day.
Wonderful. Well, Love Noel with her jewellery, the Virginia market on the 11th of December, and of course, Noel's recipes on RTVMarbellaNOW.com. Thank you, Noel.
Well, and congratulations on your 100th show.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you. It's been with a lot of help from a lot of friends.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, hey,
I hope you're enjoying the program today, particularly the backdrop, the scenery. This is a very, very special place, and I have to say I'm very at home here. And thanks to Joaquin Boville, is that how you say your surname?
Boville.
Boville. Joaquin, you're from a very long line, prestigious Spanish family. Your grandfather started the ABC newspaper.
It's Luca de Tena.
Luca de Tena.
From the ABC newspaper.
So
Yes.
like Spain has got a great history to it, and not quite royal family, but very much there. This, I say, Luca de Tena.
Yes.
You've become involved with this fabulous private club. It's something very special, Joaquin.
Yes. We start with a club in Madrid, a private club called Casa Club Madrid, and then we open this one in the past June. The past June.
So quite recent.
What reasons? In Madrid is a business club, and here is dedicated to the ocio.
Yeah, to leisure.
To leisure, yes.
The nice thing is, for me, it's a perfect office space. I absolutely love it. And the extra that when I go to Madrid, I also, because I'm a member here, get to use the installations in Madrid.
Yes. You can, when you are a member of this club, you are automatically a member of the Club of Madrid. And if you are in Madrid, you are automatically
a member
here.
Well, I'm sure a lot of your members in Madrid, if they hadn't been to Marbella before, will come now. The installations are superb, even for children. You've got a really large designated play area and tree houses, and the setup and the gardens, everything is really made something for everyone.
Yes, well, the club is, but you feel like at home, no? And you have a restaurant, you have suites, 7 suites to rest, to have a night, and a children club.
And it's open 24 hours a day?
It's open 24 hours a day and 365 days a year.
A year. Well, the idea is, if you can't get to be a member, you have to come with a member. But I have to say, looking at the programs you've got coming up for Christmas and New Year, and with my children being away, I'm very happy. I'm a member of such a great club. You also, seeing the installations, perfect for events, weddings, I mean, anything really.
Everything you want, your birthdays, weddings, and every event that you need, you know?
Well, it sounds absolutely, I mean, it's just like a dream. So this is Casa Club. The doors are still open, but only ajar, because you've been open very recently. So if you're interested in having somewhere to call home away from home, this is definitely the place.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much to Rocío Medina for telling me about this with you. Otherwise, I wouldn't know either.
A lot of years ago.
Yes. It's nice. Knowing people is good, especially when they let you into secrets like this one. Best of luck, Joaquin. It's just an amazing place. Thank you for letting us in.
Thank you very much.
We're spoilt for choice of where to go out of an evening to wine and dine. However, due to the very strict drinking and driving laws and the fear of those controls, we frequently stay very close to home. Now, Aunt Lily's been wanting to go to the much acclaimed Takumi for a while, but she lives in Alveria, and that's the centre of Marbella. But thanks to the new Safety First policy by Lidia Director, she decided that she would venture out, because if she needed to, she could put the policy into practice. And that's exactly what happened. Lily and Tom had an absolutely fabulous dinner at Takumi, so much so that when it got time to go home and Lily realised that her one glass of wine had already probably put herself over the limit, they decided to stay and carry on enjoying the evening, knowing that all they had to do was ring Lidia Director's special number for their Safety First policy, and they would send a taxi at no charge to pick her and Tom up and take them home back to Alveria. And at the same time, as Lily wanted, their car was taken on a tow truck back home as well. Now, why does Lidia Director offer this free extra service included in their policy? Well, prevention is certainly cheaper than cure, and they want to make sure that they live up to their name, putting your safety first and catering to expats' needs. This policy is only available to expats with their NIE, with their residency number, and only for the province of Malaga, but you can use it up to 4 times a month. All this is in addition to the special features that Línea Directa already offer their clients. As a Spanish company, they cater to all the legal local laws that are necessary when driving in Spain. They also have a fleet of tow trucks, mechanics, hotels, lawyers, anything you need to make sure you are safe and truly covered. All the documentation is in English, they have helplines in English, so everything is easy to understand. Línea Directa really is putting your safety first. If you'd like more information on insuring your car with Línea Directa, you can call them on 952 14 78 34. That's 952 14 78 34, and they'll answer all your questions in English. And of course, you can go to the website www.lineadirecta.com.
So you're a business on the Costa del Sol, and you know the best way to reach customers is through word of mouth. But how can you reach more people to grow your business even faster? Before you spend a lot of money on advertising that may never reach your customers, find out how MarbellaFamilyFun.com can help spread the word about your business today. MarbellaFamilyFun.com.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted, you've been out of shape, and you feel like you've missed it. Dropped out the race, and as time flies by.
For weeks now, we have been talking about the amazing gala event coming up in Puente Romano on the 25th of November in aid of Concordia, the association here in the Costa del Sol that raises money and awareness for people who suffer with AIDS, and more importantly, people who have no idea they have AIDS. But they calculate some 30% of the population is walking around untested and spreading the disease to at least another 4 people. Did you know that here in the Costa del Sol we have the highest AIDS rate in the whole of Andalusia? And if you think your children or yourself are exempt, then you could be very, very wrong. Thankfully, to people like Princess Marie Louise, inspired by our Princess Diana, to support this cause, you have people like Paqui Cantudo, and she is the person in charge of prevention, giving advice, going around the schools. More than that, Paqui, thank you so much for welcoming us here.
Thank you for stay here today.
You've been telling me that this isn't a government organised thing, but you go from Estepona all down the coast, ringing the schools yourself to ask to be able to go and speak to the children to explain about how easy it seems it is to catch AIDS even today.
Yes, we are going to 17 college and high school, okay, and of the year, and I think about 3,000 people of the school. I don't know.
Well, that's a very good start, but we need more schools involved. This is something that you get a small annual donation from the town hall. The rest of it is all donations. When we think of Princess Marie Louise and we think of the Puente Romano and St. Nicholas parties, the lovely gift bags, really this is one of the few ways you have of actually getting money in to do free testing. I believe you do as well.
Yes, I think we need a lot of money because we are helping too much families and the people with HIV, and the most important is the test of HIV. Okay, we make tests free and sharp. It's not
no charges.
No, okay, and we make in 20 minutes. It's the more difficult thing that we make here, because when
some people coming to make test of HIV, and you must say him or her, you have HIV, you are HIV positive. If the person is very afraid.
There's a lot of stigma and a lot of obviously people
that's
die
the
from
worst
this.
of HIV. The stigma is the worst that HIV have got.
When they do testing, I know that you need to book in advance because you always have here a psychologist, somebody who is prepared to help the person assimilate this.
Yes, we prepare the first because when you make the test, that 70 minutes is very large.
It becomes a very long time.
Yes, very very long time, and we make a lot of questions because if it's positive, you must work much more time with that person, and another day if it's positive, we are going to the hospital with the person because she doesn't want to stay alone.
You were saying that if you are HIV positive, it doesn't actually mean you have AIDS. AIDS is when the virus kicks in. And the virus kicks in like with a flu virus when your system is weakened, and if you're not in good health and your defense systems aren't working well. So very important not to be stressed, keep yourself healthy, but also doing this test is recommendable. As from what age? Who do we need to say, just do the test, it's free. Just make sure that you're going forward
the test is for any people that make sex without condoms. If you have got sexual relations, yes, you must make the HIV test.
But this is also, I was reading this lovely fan that you have all got ready, which is really nice. But it's amazing. I was very surprised that you're saying not only sexual relations, but it's not just intercourse, it's oral sex. And then also you can get AIDS with not just sexual transmission, but by your blood. And I wasn't thinking, sharing a razor, a toothbrush, tattoo needles, if you go to get a tattoo and you're not really sure how their cleanliness and sterilization processes, there are a lot of things that maybe you could think of, maybe I should get tested.
Yes, and the best is phoning and take an appointment to make the HIV test. We make here and in Estepona, in Mijas as well, okay?
So it's easy to get tested if you have any doubt whatsoever, and if you would like Paki and her team to come and give a talk in your school, institute, association, I'm sure she'd be delighted to do so. Thank you, Paki.
Thank you.
This next section is sponsored by Lidia Director, tailor-made expat car insurance. We've been talking about AIDS on the programme this week, and unfortunately it's something that affects our youngsters. Another thing that affects particularly our youngsters is accidents while they're driving. This can be for many reasons, just being distracted, in general, drinking, drugs, but there's a new phenomenon which is very, very worrying, the use of mobile phones while you're driving. Now this is most likely to happen to youngsters, and the specialists aren't sure whether this is just a bad habit or whether it's actually become an addiction. Did you know, youngsters, that when you look away to your phone that like buzzes or a WhatsApp comes in or you see a call, that 1 second when you look away is equivalent to a distance travelled of 13 metres at just 50 kilometres an hour. That's 3 times the length of your car. So being blindfolded for all that time, in essence, is enough time to have an accident. It's very important as well that you remember that if you look at your phone, you're zoning in your eyes. If you then look back to the road, you have to refocus to get that peripheral vision and see everything. This is very, very important. We mentioned a couple of weeks ago that youngsters have been known to even watch television programs and films on their phones while they're driving. I know it's tempting, maybe it's a bad habit. Worse if you're addicted and you really feel withdrawal symptoms when you can't look at that phone. But please, while you are driving, resist. That phone call can wait. The response can wait. And if it can't, you find a place to pull over safely and then check your messages.
Hello, here I am again with a tiny little puppy in this most wonderful, wonderful place in San Pedro. It is very new. It's Casa Marbella. It's a private club, absolutely beautiful. I haven't even seen all of it, but Nicole always finds the most beautiful places to tape the show in. So I'm very pleased to be here, and I'm very pleased to present to you today this tiny little Tinka. Tinka is a cross Bottiguero and probably a Jack Russell. She was put through the gate by AAA at a time when nobody was looking and nobody was there. She suddenly appeared in the courtyard of AAA. She's been with us now for a little bit. She is a tiny pup. She's about 3 months old, totally healthy and everything, so she's ready for adoption, and she's really, really looking for a very nice home and a forever basket. She is one of many. This summer we've been inundated with puppies. We've had a tremendous amount of puppies. Even in the last few weeks, many puppies appeared. Bigger ones, but also smaller ones. Very small ones, medium ones, and the little ones like this one. So please, if you'd like to adopt a puppy or another dog, come to AAA. We're open every day. From 10 till 2 you can come for adoptions and look around. Of course, because of Christmas, we will not have people adopting puppies between the 15th of December and the 15th of January, because we will not allow people to give puppies as a present, because they will come back after a few weeks. They're not presents, they're not toys. They really are a living being that needs to be in a family for as long as possible. Whoops, there goes my paper. And the reason I've got this paper is because we get a lot of questions from people. What do I do when I see a dog on the street or a cat on the street? Well, if you're in the area of San Pedro and Marbella, which is the area that AAA services, you have to call Sanidad. And I will give you the number of Sanidad. It's a department from City Hall, sanitation department. The number you call is 952-791-187. We will also mention it on our website from Marbella. The Sanidad people, they will come and pick up the dog or the cat and see what they can do with it. If you can find a dog or a cat and you can catch it yourself, go to your local vet and have them check for a chip, and then the vet can contact the owners if there is a chip. The Sanidad will service and will come, but they do not work all full days. If you get to hear that they are not answering the phone or they're not there, then you have to call the local police. And the number for the local police is 952-899-900. Ask the local police to contact or to connect you with Sanidad, because the local police will say, we have nothing to do with it, we don't do this, and we cannot come. But please ask the local police to connect him to Sanidad. They will put you through to the mobile service of Sanidad, explain what's happening, and Sanidad should come to pick up the animal that you have seen, in case you cannot catch it yourself. Again, if you can catch a dog or save a dog from the street or a cat, then please go to your nearest vet and check if there's a chip. And if there is a chip, they will call the owners, and hopefully the dog or the cat can be returned to the rightful owners. Only if they don't have a chip and you do not know where to go, you can go to a shelter. You can come to AAA or any other shelter in your area, and then go from there and see what we'll do with it. Other than that, please, at the moment, we are so full at AAA, so very full, with a lot of dogs, and especially a lot of puppies. So if you can avoid it, don't bring any dogs to AAA at this point. And just come and adopt one, if you like. Again, little Tinka is available for adoption, including 350 other dogs who are available for adoption, and we love to see you there. Daily we're open from 11 or from 10 till 2 for adoptions, but we're also open till 5 o'clock for any other emergency. So please come and see us, and I greet you from a beautiful location in the beautiful sunshine still in the winter of Marbella, and I'll hope to see you next week. And remember, don't shop, adopt.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey.
Our C.I.T. Marbella guest of the week is none other than Mercedes Boto, someone who's become very close to all of our hearts, I think, here in Marbella. Welcome back to Marbella Now.
Thank you very much, Nicole.
Last time we were together was in your Marbella Heights boutique hotel, and what a beautiful backdrop for a program. I know you've been so busy this summer.
I am really happy what have been doing the hotel this season, yes.
So tell us a bit about who's been visiting, what kind of people have been staying.
Pues we have been record this year of visitors. Again, foreign people mainly has been visiting us. Average stay has been longer. We have even people staying for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and more Spanish people are coming. Not sure if it's from your program, but we have been getting known recently by the Spanish people, and really happy this year.
Well, you look absolutely fabulous.
With my hair.
Yes, look very nice new look. I know that you're going now into a different season. Do you close down at the off season? Are you staying open? What's your plans?
No, we close for yearly holidays from the 15th of December to the 15th of January, and we open the season, but it's very slow, as you can imagine, until Easter week. From then on, everything comes more.
Does this mean that you actually really do get a holiday, or are you preparing everything for when you're reopening
Because you know,
again?
you use this time for making some small works at the hotel, to promote myself, to promote the hotel, to go to the Fitur fair, to see what the people what is the way for tourism, and always trying to get new things for the hotel. Yeah.
So you're always keeping up to date, because it's a very changing world, the hotel business.
This year we introduced a chef coming for venues and for special nights that we offer by the website, and we have been successful with this, so we are going, I think, in that direction, no? To try to get people who wants a different, not a restaurant, but another kind of dinners and
The
venues.
venue is ideal. I mean, for weddings, for private dinner parties. I mean, it really does lend itself to whatever.
See, but especially for couples and for people who wants to have their privacy, that's the main place. That's the right place to be relaxed. And my team, my staff is so good this year. You know, every year I have new staff, because we employ people who is studying for hotels, and this year we had a great staff, really.
Well, it's nice to giving opportunities as well to youngsters to get experience.
Yes, I think it's the right place for the people who is studying hotel management to live the real hotel business, because everyone there do anything. So from breakfast to check-in, check-out, everything is arranged by us. So you have your turn and you have to do anything.
Well, I hope it carries on that way for you. I hope you actually do get to have a little bit of a rest. And if you want to make a booking at the Marbella Heights, you better hurry, because they're filling up quickly. Congratulations, Mercedes.
Thank you, Nicole. It's really for me a pleasure to be in this special occasion, and I hope I see you many others.
I'm sure we will. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sometimes it's wonderful to have a very special program like this emblematic 100th one, because it's a great reason to get back Inspector Lidia Avivar Castro, who is in charge of us foreigners in the Cuerpo Policía Nacional, the major police force here in Spain. And with her is the lovely Monse. They work together to look after our safety. Lidia, welcome back. Bienvenida de vuelta.
Muchas gracias. Gracias por invitarnos.
Lydia's learning English, but she doesn't want to go on TV at the moment speaking English, so I'm going to give you a little bit of leeway, because she is learning, and that's more than we can say for most of us English. Lidia, to have to look after 127 different nationalities in such a big capital city as Málaga can't be easy. No puede ser fácil cuidar de 127 más nacionalidades en una ciudad como Málaga.
Ni una ciudad como Málaga ni una provincia como Málaga, porque tenemos el plan preventivo del Plan Turismo Seguro y estamos llevando muchísimas actuaciones y a una gran subida de porcentaje a nivel de provincia de más de un 150% de este año respecto al anterior.
Well, it seems that in the last year there's been a really major increase in the actual interactive events going on between the police force and the tourists, the foreigners, the expat residents that live here, in order to ensure that we are as safe as is possible. ¿Qué son las cosas más importantes que tenemos que tomar en cuenta? What are the most important things we need to take note of?
Sobre todo, y tú lo sabes bien, no descuidar las pertenencias. Eso sería lo principal, no dejar las cosas en cualquier sitio, tenerlas siempre a la vista.
She's saying, and the reason that she's laughing is that things that I know very well is you have to look after your belongings. And Lidia knows very well that I had my handbag stolen. I got out of the car, I saw a friend, I turned to talk, and I was right there, and they took my handbag, which meant I lost my driving license, everything. So the first thing is to watch out for your belongings, make sure everything's in plain sight. ¿Qué más?
Pues sobre todo también no llevar en los vehículos mucha carga de material tecnológico o dinero o cualquier efecto de valor, no dejarlo en los vehículos.
Don't leave anything that's valuable in your car. So if you've got like cameras or videos or anything that looks tempting, please don't leave anything valuable, any money in your car. Para la casa, what should we do there?
Para la casa, tener siempre cerrar con llave, cerrar bien las puertas y ventanas cuando no sea necesario, no sé que quieras que entre el aire. Y sobre todo tener mucho cuidado. A ver cómo explicarlo. Cada uno conocemos nuestra zona de vivienda, nuestro barrio. Entonces, si algo no es de tu barrio, un coche que vaya muchas veces por la zona o que pase por allí, llamarnos. Cualquier cosa extraña que veáis en vuestro vecindario, llamar al 091 que pasaremos a comprobar.
What they're saying is if you live in, whatever area you live in, you know your area. So it's very important to keep your doors and your windows closed unless you're letting air in, but don't go out and just leave everything unlocked. Also, if you see in your neighborhood a car that's not familiar and looks a bit suspicious, then please don't hesitate. They want us to ring 091 and that number will take you straight through to the police force.
Pues podréis dar de esa forma la información y ya se pasaría una patrulla por la zona para comprobar, o bien de paisano, o pasaría uniformado para comprobar el hecho. Y no hay que preocuparse por nada porque lo correcto sería identificar y si no, igual son trabajadores de la obra que van a hacer una reforma o no, pero es bueno que cuidemos de nuestro entorno, puesto que somos nosotros los que conocemos lo que es habitual.
She's saying that don't be worried to ring 091 if it just turns out to be someone working on a building site or actually a removal company removing furniture, well then you don't have to be worried if you call and it was not for the right reason, but you're better off to call if you're in any doubt because as Lidia is saying, you know where you live, you have more or less an idea of who's coming and going, so it's important that we're aware of that. ¿Qué más? Is there anything else as a last tip?
Bueno, nosotros lo que queremos decir que todos los turistas y residentes en la Costa del Sol, la provincia de Málaga, pues que les damos las gracias por haber elegido nuestra provincia para tener aquí su vida y sus vacaciones y que el Cuerpo Nacional de Policía está a su disposición para todo lo que necesiten y muchas gracias por elegirnos.
My God, isn't she just perfect? Just saying that the police force is here for the tourist, for the expat, that they are always at your disposition, and more so, Lidia wants to thank you all for choosing the province of Malaga to set up your home or to come for your holidays, because it makes them very happy. It's the type of police you want to meet, right? Monse works together with Lidia, and as you can see, they're absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to let you in on a secret. They're both single.
Hey, it's a brand new...
I would say 90% of the reason we actually managed to make it to 100 programs is thanks to Bijan Arta, without whom people would have turned off day one. Just after like 3 weeks of the show, I met Bijan in an event in the Don Pepe with Teresa Bernabé, and Bijan, in his amazing way and his charm, told me how wonderful I was and how great everything was, and then slipped in about, but keep the interview short. No one's listening after 3 minutes. Never go over 6. Keep it varied. Lots of people. And Bijan, high five. Thank you.
Well, you made it, Nicole. I'm so delighted. The first time I saw you, I said, she's going to make it. I had no doubt. You have this talent of a born presenter. But then, because you are a kind soul, you are a golden heart, you let your people, talk. I mean, there was this magician, this French magician, I don't know if you remember. I want to show you my trick and it's very good and this and that, and you let him do, and he takes over the program. Then I said, I have to tell her, you know, this is your program, and you run it the way, you're the director, you're shooting this movie. So let's do it your way. And with my humble little advices here and there, you made it so big because that's you, that's your talent.
And that's, how can you not love the guy? I seem to have found myself a guardian angel. Come all the way today from Almeria, where you're working.
I was just for a project there, yeah, it's 300 kilometers. I was thinking, I have to be there now because he needs
And that's
me.
what makes it all worthwhile. This humble gentleman here is always so appreciative and complimentary of others. The achievements in your own life, Bijan, are just so many, starting off with an early detection device for detecting breast cancer, and there's a film
maker, producer,
you fly, you do everything.
Well, so many things that if I start naming it one by one, it will be very pretentious, and you know I'm not.
No,
so yeah.
Let's go to the United Nationalities of Marbella now.
Wow.
Something unpretentious, something where we're really looking to see where we could be more community spirited. Bijan again came all the way from Almeria to be in April at the event the beginning of this year. Bijan, we were just saying that I met a guy on Sunday, and we're talking about, is our world peace, mini world peace in Marbella, world tolerance? Why is it really, how does it work? And Robert, I think, came up with, well, we're not as nationality minded, we're not so patriotic in Marbella, and that does seem to make things easier.
Such a beautiful phrase, because when you think the conflicts that we have in this world, and it's getting worse and worse, is about all this division we have, that you call it philosophically fragmentation of minds. You know, this is mine, this is my territory, this is my style, this is my religion, me, myself, and I, is all about that. In Marbella, we break these rules, and it looks like we are all citizens of the world, which is the world we have been born on. We didn't come from, you know, another planet. So we are here, and we cut this thing, this bellical cord, how do you call it,
yes,
of the tribalism. Tribes, you know, before they had tribes, when the primitive man started on this planet, they had a stick. You've come here, I just break your head because this is mine. My water, my food, my fruit, my wife, But today in Marbella, we have created unconsciously somewhere just so beautifully cosmopolitan. By all means, this is better than New York, believe me. I mean, 173 nationalities living in 25 square meters is just wonderful. If the world was like this, we would not have all this conflict.
With the Brexit, we were talking about, you travel a lot. You were in England recently, just after the Brexit. And you were hurt, you were upset, you were maybe even a little scared of where we were going. We seem to be taking a big step backwards regarding tolerance of others.
Absolutely, I don't want to hurt people's feeling by saying I was for staying and you are against. So no, we all have our opinion. But the thing is that in a world that is getting more difficult to live because the population is going up, the resources are decreasing, so we have to share it, whatever. And when you see in Europe, there was 60 years of peace after all these devastating wars, which was because of the division, the German, the British, the French, this and that.
The Patriot Games.
Absolutely. We came to the point of sharing our things. And for small little things, I found the Brexit really being, especially for the future generation. They could, go everywhere, like here, come here and work without any, paperwork, without all that stuff, is back to zero. When Edward Heath, he brought Britain to EU, that was European market those days. I said, God, that is good. I was very young. I said, one more, because UK is in Europe geographically, so why not cooperate together? So I was really hurt, but then I say, okay, they can manage. Britain has been, independent always. But the thing is that they took something which I call the gloss. They took the gloss out of Britain by saying, you want a divorce. And that really is painful, for me at least, that is.
Back to our local community. plus nationalities and such privileged brains, yours being one of those without a doubt.
Thank you.
Don't you think that putting brains like yours together, there was so much we can actually achieve from here in Marbella?
Absolutely. I mean, there are bright ideas here, bright people. I mean, I met this morning so many bright people, which you never, put together. What we should do more and more is getting together, contacting all these things, doing events, being in a place like this, doing events and things like that, so people get to know each other. So many people want to share so many experiences which could change life of the youth, change life of the people, the elderly. They do so many things, but they don't know each other. So how do they get to know each other? It's not a dating agency, the Marbella, but getting together, that would, break. Just like putting many computers together, you make a supercomputer. So many brains together. You imagine the potential, Nicole? We could move the mountains. We could change the world.
Well, we are going to move mountains. We are going to change the world. And we're going to be seeing you, hopefully Bijan, and all the other privileged brains here in Marbella again on the 25th of April at the Laude San Pedro 2017, where we will be again seeing where we've come and what else is left to do. Bijan, you are the man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And bravo. You did a great job.
Thank you. We did a great job. It's a community effort.
Hey, hey.
Well, that's it for another week, not just any week. Recording of 100 MarbellaNOWs. We would never have got here without Bijan, that's for sure. So no, keep it short, keep it sweet and keep it varied. Thank you very much to Casa Club for welcoming us today. Thank you to our guests and thank you to you for watching. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Dropped out the race, and it's time.